This is the Variety Show 2024. Today's celebrity breakdown will be the magician David Copperfield. So I had actually seen David on stage a long, long time ago. It might have been the 1990s. I had seen him perform live, and he's very good. He's excellent on stage. His live performances, the energy that he puts in, the music. And I heard he was influenced by Fred Astaire. It's almost like he's dancing. It's almost like he's gliding across the stage like Fred Astaire, because I had heard he was influenced by some of these things. And he is an extremely successful magician. And I think, he is so into what he does. I know that in Las Vegas, where he has this permanent residency that he does at the MGM in Vegas, he owns a warehouse, which is a private museum, where he has all these artifacts of magic. So this is someone that has studied magic and the history of magic. He's so into what he's doing that he actually has his own private museum that you cannot go to this museum unless you're invited. If you know him and he invites you, you can get into his Vegas private museum. That's how into he is reading and studying magic. He's so into it, which is part of his success. And he's one of the richest entertainers, up there with Oprah Winfrey. He's got like 3 private islands that he owns in the by the Caribbean, by the Bahamas. He is a billionaire. So he's not just a millionaire, he's a billionaire. So loaded with success from his magic specials on television, which he has done, making the Statue of Liberty disappear and walking through the Great Wall of China. I mean, he is a wonderful showman on the largest scale. Incredible. He's an incredible individual. He was married to Claudia Schiffer, the supermodel from Germany. Then they divorced, like many celebrities, with his relationships, his personal life and stuff. All kinds of stories about him. But I think, I don't know if he's trying to be, the new Harry Houdini or what. He's older now. Like, I think he's, you know, 65, 66 years old. Like, he's been around. Like, he's probably should think about retiring at this point in his career, because there's other competition, which I think, I don't know if he cares about his competition, David Blaine and Chris Angel, and some of the people that are younger that are trying to compete with him. Like, he was the first, for a magician to get that big, and now you have other ones. But he's considered a legend, because how many magicians get that big? To be a billionaire magician, I mean, that's a rarity. So he's rare and unique. He's interesting. He's an interesting character. Religion, I don't care. Like, that's his business, but I don't think he's a Christian. I think he's one of these spiritual guru types. I don't think he's a Christian from what I know about him. I think he's into the spiritual, and you see that in some of, I think he's in the occult. I think he's into some of these things because of some of the tricks he's done. Is some people might think he's into black magic or something. He's done some very strange tricks. Some of the things that he's done, transporting himself and levitating himself. He's done some odd things, and there's also been some stories about him, about sexual harassment and different things that have come out. I don't know if those are true. Those are allegations. I don't know that anything has been proven. There's been lawsuits against him for how he's harassed different people and stuff. I don't know if that is true. He comes across as a relatively likable guy, and he seems nice when you see him interviewed. I don't know if those are really true. But as a person, I think he's so into possibly the occult and some of the things that he's into, that he's that into the mystique of magic and studying magic to that level, that he's into trying to be like Harry Houdini and so forth. I think he is an odd person. And this isn't meant to be negative. I think he is an odd character. I mean, I don't know him, like, personally, but I think my assessment of him on a personal level, I think he's a little weird. He's an odd character, and it comes out possibly because it's gone to his head, possibly because David is so into his career. which is why he's never had really a stable marriage or a stable relationship. That he's kind of been all over the place, breaking up with a supermodel, and then he's had other relationships that have gone bad. And I don't know where he is. I haven't followed who he's with, or I think he has a few kids too. But I think it's probably gone to his head that he's so into the magic. I think he's kind of an oddball, and it's not meant to be a negative. I think, but that's what makes him good. I guess you can't get that good. You have to be a little weird to be the most famous, richest magician ever. So I think David is probably kind of a little bit of an oddball, but that's not meant to be a negative. The Variety Show 2024.